Hey, welcome back to the Joe Silverback Show. This is in response to some of the questions about why the silverback and what's the meaning and the purpose behind the silverback. I've done several videos delineating that, but here goes again. First and foremost, there's a certainty principle, meaning that the silverback is not somebody who has a lot of questions or doubts about who he is or what he is, what his purpose is, where he's going, what he wants in life. Everything seems to be quite crystal clear and certain within him. So in our culture today, in American culture, in American male culture, there's a lot of doubt, a lot of uncertainty, a lot of confusion, especially around what does it mean to be a man, what does it mean to be a male in today's highly technological world, in today's highly feminized world, in today's highly feminist-oriented world where male bashing and male downsizing and trying to cut the legs out of men is the norm. And men who are conscientious, who are kind, gentle, deep thinkers, are oftentimes at a loss. They just don't know where to go and what to say and what to do anymore. So the silverback principle is designed for all of us as men to regain ownership over our certainty as who we are, what we want, where we're going, how we're going to get there, what our purpose in life is. So it's a ferocious, fierce, fearless principle. The second counterpoint, and very, very powerfully important for all the alpha males out there to understand about the silverback, is that the silverback is also a very tender, gentle, compassionate creature who does nobody any harm unless they're trying to interfere with his territory. So let's say that again. He does nobody any harm unless they're trying to interfere with his territory, with his tribe, with his progeny, with his females. No, that's where he draws a line in the sand. So the silverback is somebody who draws a line in the sand and says, this is my family, don't mess with it. This is my territory, don't cross that line unless you want to deal with me, and I'm not afraid to stand up for what I believe in. I'm not afraid to stand up for what's right. I'm not afraid to stand up and defend my territory. And ultimately, the silverback is the protector of all of his tribe and of his territory, and he's the first to throw himself on the line like a warrior to defend that to the death. So those are very, very powerful masculine metaphors that we're biologically and DNA connected to and consciousness-wise connected to. We have, if you look at the evolution of the primate consciousness, you can say that there's the old reptilian brain, and then there's the old mammalian brain, and then there's the newer culture language brain that forms what some people like to call the tripartite brain. I mean, there's a lot of discussion around the brain, but there's a huge part of our consciousness that's connected to our primate evolutionary past, and it's not something that we escape. It's not something that we just transform into becoming, as some people might think, AI or something like that. No, our biology is innate, it's intact, it's always there, it's always functioning, and it's why we behave the way we do, and only in understanding this link to our primate biology and our primate evolutionary consciousness can we regain a certain status and strength internally? Can we have that resoluteness and that determination and that taking of ownership of our direction in life, so that we can be the protectors of the family that we're born to be, the leaders that we're born to be, and not the confused buffoons that a lot of us have been made to feel that we have to be in order to, appease and accommodate mostly a wrong ideology. I like to also look at the primate biology in relationship to family dynamics, because only until you really get into the pair bonding, the monogamous pair bonding that we're sort of geared up toward, most of us are geared up to doing, and the family creating that most of us are designed to do, and that will ultimately end up doing. Well, when you get into the nuclear family, it becomes pretty clear that there's a division of labor, there's a division of territory, there's a division in consciousness, there's a division in psycho-emotional makeup. So when my children's mother died, and I tried to clean the floors every day and prepare the food every day and organize the home every day like she did, and I tried to be her, it doesn't mean that I couldn't cook, it doesn't mean I couldn't clean, it doesn't mean I couldn't organize the home. What it did tell me was that I was first and foremost a male, a man, and a father, and not at all a mother. And it's only when you see your woman carrying your child for 9 months and her consciousness going into that creation, and you realize that you don't have that transformative process happening to you as a man. You don't have a natural DNA, biological transformative process that transforms you from a man to a father, while your woman is leagues ahead in terms of biology and DNA transforming her into a mother, because she has to be able to do something for this infant and get it to a stage where it can have some independence. So the Silverback principle and the nature principle, especially as relates to men, one of the areas where I have found that it is critical for men to have their more transformative powers into their full manliness, into their full leadership ability, into their full Silverback ability, into their full fatherhood ability, is by connecting in nature, and especially connecting alone male time in nature, either with male buddies at first and then ultimately by yourself. Male buddies, like my sons are going fishing. No, my son is going with 2 of his buddies up to Idaho, and they're just roughing it, following the river, doing fly fishing, and it's just guy stuff. So prior to that, my son's like in love with his girlfriend, and he's an emotional wreck. He's a basket case. Now he just goes out into the wilderness with the guys, and he's like, oorah, oorah. Okay, so the Silverback principle is sort of a non-military way of bonding with the oorah personality. Okay, that's it for now. Namaste.